or somebody that's just been plain jealous of what you've been able to achieve, we know it is the kind of war. Now, I go and make it happen. And with the energy being in Leo, it's telling us it's our time to perform, to stay, to wake us. Our opportunities are there. People are looking, people are searching. So why don't we get out there and start the week, all baby steps? That enables us to jump further into our bigger step, rather than marathon. But we have to start, because when we look back at the end of the year, we've been able to run that marathon and probably run a bigger, but also how we love as people. It also shows us the things that give us pleasure, the things that we love lovely. Because Venus actually rules Libra. So Venus is very comfortable, very much at home being in the sign of Libra. Libra has immaculate, has sort of tended off over there. And it's like a way that magic wand and very everything pink, so it's big and happy. And we don't have the place to be done with those things, we just pretend they're there. But, you know, people live in Libra happy. And we have to look at, you know, sometimes people have not so much start for their character, which is part of the journey that we come to experience with them. So the thing that I'm not sure to do now when we go to Venus in Scorpio, anytime we bring Scorpio into the equation, I immediately think, oh, hang on a minute, button down that got very cold. Everything's got very secretive. And that can be the case with Venus here. Venus can be very secretive for everybody. Great for everybody. The latest stuff is in their life. They want to keep their private life very much so. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Venus in Scorpio can bring a Venus and thing about everybody. They love everybody. They love all the cultures. They love all the different foods. They love all the different customs and traditions. And they just want to absorb it all. So if you're fortunate enough to fall in love with somebody that has Venus in Sagittarius, be prepared that they will have a love with somebody. And they probably will be constantly religions and other ways of doing things. Following lunar eclipses that are coming up in the next month. So lunar eclipses aren't something that I necessarily, you make feel a little bit restless, you make 6 hours, do nothing. You know, do what's nothing necessarily, go making decisions and let the energy come and then move up.
Well, another question, I've been wanting to know if, because I'm 18 weeks pregnant, and I was wanting to know if the father of the child, of my unborn child, and I will get back together.
Depending on what this means, that, you know, I'm going to be a dad. Now, when he comes back again, then he fits into the equation if he chooses to be there. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit topsy-turvy, but I do really feel that there is a real definite chance here of creating a very positive, strong, but I know that it's going to be quite daunting, and, you know, you'll have lots of money. Are you there, Michelle?
Oh, hello, yes, I couldn't tell you, I'm sorry. Hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you, Michelle. How can I help you this evening, sweetie?
Well, I was wondering, of course, everyone wants to know about finances, so I thought I'd ask about finances if I'm safe at my job.
Okay. Yeah, well, actually, Michelle, finance is coming in at number 2. The number 1 question I usually get asked is about matters of the heart or love. But you know, there's been some changes on the job front over the last couple of months, Michelle, and this is what's made you not so much hit the panic button, but sort of question where your position is within the company. Is it going to be?
The fishes quite are different areas that the fish can be in, okay, and that symbolises money within work. Now, if the fish was, say, here where the star is, Jennifer Lopez has got a fish there, and that is success with fame and with money, okay. Now, another mark that we have got here, if you have a look just near the thumb, okay, where the line is in this area here, when they join up and meet each other, okay, so we don't want any gap there. This is what is known as a money bag sign, all right. Another very lucky sign is this one here. Now, you can see the star that's under the ring finger, okay, which is the Apollo finger. We've got the star here, and then we've got this mark that comes down here, which is called a yoga line, okay. It joins with the star. Now, that one there is very lucky with winnings, and it can be fame as well too. My daughter has got that mark, and 2 years ago I was looking at a hand and saw the mark, and I said, oh, you should go and put lotto on, because I was doing a cards too, and the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles came out. Anyway, she hadn't realised it, but her and her father had already won $10,000 that week. So she has been a bit lucky like that. Now, other marks here, we've got lines coming down here, which is in between the little finger and the ring finger. They're known as inheritance lines. Another one here is the fork that's coming up to the middle finger. So this is the fate line that ends in a fork, okay? And that is usually for someone that is lucky with property deals, dealing in money, or dealing in property, I should say. And one more here, where we've got the headline and we've got the fate line that comes up. And then when we've got a line that joins across here, I hope you can see that, where the line joins up across here and makes a triangle. Any triangle is quite a fortunate sign as well too. So that one with the fate line and the headline would be good in business. So I've got that line, those lines on my right hand. So I've drawn that on there so you can see that. And then, lucky last, is the M. So you can see my M there. This is where the 3 major lines are joined up together to make an M. So that is happy in marriage and money. Not necessarily like marriage, but it's being happy and content where you are in your life. And it's also, the meaning of that too is the psychic abilities, and having strong psychic abilities there, and just knowing what's going to happen. So that's also one of the strongest psychic marks that you can have there. Now, you don't need to have all of those marks, okay? Just one. You can be lucky enough there with the money. If the star is a little bit messy under the ring finger here, that could actually then lead into problems with money, okay? But if you've got any questions, if you're wanting to learn about this, I will be doing a webinar for palmistry as well too. Okay, now I just wanted to, actually I'm running a little bit early today, so maybe we can go with a caller. Have we got any callers coming in yet that would like to have a reading done? Okay, all right. Hopefully we'll have someone call up in a minute. Okay. Okay. And just let me check to see what else is coming up while we're waiting for a caller here. Next week we'll look at lucky signs. Now I'm also, with the first reading that I'll be doing today, we'll be doing a tea leaf reading, and we'll also be using my first tarot. So this is a wonderful cup that you can get with all the symbols in there. This is called my cup of destiny, and you can go online and look online and get that, or you can order one through me. Now, anyone that doesn't think that they have got any psychic abilities, this is a fantastic one to start off with, because with all the symbols in there, depending on where they land is to what we're going to look up in the book, okay? Now, with this one here, okay, we've now got a caller. We've got Jessica from Indiana. Are you there, Jessica?
Yes, yes.
Hi, Jessica. How are you? Did I speak to you the other week? I was just thinking, I spoke to Jessica last week. Anyway, how are you, Jessica?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. From Indiana. Now tell me, Jessica, do you have any questions that you would like to have me answer?
Well, I was just hoping to connect with somebody on the other side. Or
Yes.
I'd like to find out who my spirit guides are.
Okay. All right. Okay, with the tea leaf reading that I've done, now we've all got people that have passed away, but there is an angel in the cup, okay? So if we have a look up in the top, just in this area here, okay, there's an angel there. So that means that you're being protected and you've been looked after, okay? So that's a really lucky sign to have. And that also means that there's some good news coming your way. And you've also got the tick of approval there. So is there something that you were waiting on, that you were waiting to hear about, or some venture that you wanted to start, or venture, I should say?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah? Okay, well, you've got a tick of approval for that, okay? Now, having the angel watching over you, if there has been anything that's been upsetting happening in your life, just know that you've been protected, okay?
Okay.
So anyone around, have you had anyone that's passed over, male, okay, and he used to go hunting? Because what I was picking up is, you know, like you've got duck season and rabbit season, and I'm seeing someone that used to actually go out, I think, hunting ducks.
No.
Okay. Well, I'll leave that one with you, okay, because that's what I've got. I'm picking up someone that does hunting. Okay. Now there's also a flying bird there, which would mean a message that's coming to you. Okay, and you're about to have something new happen too, which is going to bring you some joy and success. Okay, so these would be messages that are actually being passed on by your guide. I don't necessarily am able to pick up what your guide's name is, okay, but there's someone very tall around you and quite slim, okay. Now, he could have been a relative that's passed over, and in life, I would think that this person had actually put you down with some of the things that you had done, or not quite agreed with things that you were doing. Now, can you think of anyone that you know that's passed over? Now, this is a tall, skinny man that I'm picking up, okay? I'm not picking up much more about him apart from he probably used to be a bit negative in the way that when someone would talk about something that's coming up that they were excited about, he would find the negative in situations. You know, you've always got that person that's just got to put a downer on things. Does that make sense to you?
No, not really.
Okay.
My grandpa passed, but I didn't really know him. I didn't meet him until my mom was sick. But I don't really know him that well. That's the only person I could think of that it may be.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe someone in the family might be able to answer that question for you.
Okay.
But I'm seeing him as being quite supportive now, okay, and being around to help you, okay. Now, are you looking at starting something new at the moment too?
Yes, I've been wanting to do some advocacy work.
What type of work?
Some advocacy work. I've got some. My daughter passed away of an overdose, and I've been working with people trying to help them with their addiction and just bring awareness of overdose awareness.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got new beginnings here for you. So, how long ago was it that your daughter passed away?
In December.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Well, you'll be doing great work there, okay? Just paying attention to your dreams, being creative with what it is that you want to do. Are you also looking at moving as well?
Yes, possibly, yes.
Yeah, because I've got you on the move and starting new projects. And setting your goals too and writing them down, okay? So make sure you write your goals down and write things down so you don't forget them, because I see you actually getting quite busy with what it is that you're doing. So you need to be carrying a diary on you and just and ticking things off as you go, okay? So don't get too overwhelmed in what's happening tomorrow. Just go through your list and write list with what it is that what you've got to do today, what you've got to do the next day. And don't worry about it too much until it actually comes up and then just tick them off as you go, okay?
Okay.
But you've got the tick of approval to go ahead with that work, okay? And you'll have great success with it. And that'll help you as well too. Okay. Thank you very much, Jessica, and I hope that helped. Okay. See you later. Have a great weekend. Okay, so now we've got Jeannie from Pennsylvania. Are you there, Jeannie?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Jeannie. How are you?
Pretty good.
Now, is it Jeannie? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What can I do for you today, Jeannie? Is there anything you'd like to know about?
Yes. I was wondering if, how my mother's doing and if I'm gonna have one more baby with my husband anytime soon.
Okay. What is wrong with Mum?
She passed away in 2009.
Okay. Did she have problems with her heart? Because I've got something coming up here about heart broken anyway. But was it problems with her heart?
Yeah, she went in cardiac arrest from aneurysm, and she was fighting cancer.
Oh, dear. Well, just know that she is around because you've got the love card there. You know, someone sending their love to you as well too. Excuse me. And you've been having trouble sleeping at night, have you?
To me?
Yeah. You've got a lot of worries at the moment, have you?
Yes.
Yeah, because I've got the moon card that's come out. Now, I'm using here the My First Tarot cards for you, okay? So with the My First Tarot cards, they don't have pictures on them, but they're really easy to read. And they're the most accurate cards I've ever come across, and I teach with these. But you can see, like, in each card there's 8 messages, okay? So depending on where the card lands as to what message we read. And I've taken a photo of this and I've put it up on the internet so you can have a look on my page, The Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning. Okay, so we do have new beginnings coming through for you. Okay, so there's a new journey. And yes, if you are wanting a baby, we have got the Ace of Cups, okay? And then up the top of that card, it actually mentions what the card is about. It's got new love, baby, christening, happiness, and sharing a home, unconditional love. And this could also be a new home for you as well too. So you've already got, what, 1 or 2 children?
I have 5.
You have 5? Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot of kids. I've got 4. I thought about having number 5 there for a while, but then I decided no, 4's enough.
I love kids.
I can see that with the Ace of Cups is all about love and you sharing your love. You've got so much love to give. So yes, there's definitely another baby coming through there for you. Okay?
Do you know how long? Because I was having girl problems in the last few weeks, and then I thought I was because I had positive signs, and then I went to the doctors, and they said I wasn't. So I'm like, I was so confused.
Okay, well, I would think just keep trying. I would think by the end of the year. Okay. Because it's showing up in the cards now, it shouldn't be that far away. Like within the year, you'll be falling pregnant. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
What else have we got here for you? So we've got the Fool, which is about new journeys, your dreams being fulfilled, and an unusual home, and being impacted by things that have happened a long time ago that have changed things. And we do have the birth and a fresh start here as well, well for you. The third card that came out was the heartbreak, which was the heart attack with Mum.
Yeah.
And then with what's happening now, we've got the Ace of Swords. Okay, so with this, I read the second box down on the right. Okay, you're in the middle of creating a new plan and a new life for yourself. Don't let anyone stop you. Okay, so you just go and do what you want to do. Now, okay, now the next card that's out is you need to create peace around you. There may even be a need for romantic time out. So having 5 kids, I mean, you need to go and have that time with your hubby too and make sure that you're spending enough time and love with him, okay? So go on a romantic date. Set up a night for the 2 of you, something that's special, and see if you can get someone to look after the kids for you, okay? But it's talking about, like, having a move again too. And actually, excuse me. Are you needing to move into a bigger house, I would think, with all those children?
We want to move so bad. We're so stuck right now because of not having enough money to move.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I
hoping...
see you needing to create some more space as well too, which is going to give you more peace and harmony within the family. Okay?
Yeah, that'd be great. It's so stressful where we're at.
Yeah, I can see that. But hopefully within the next year you'll be moving, okay? I also see some more money coming through for you. Definitely the birth. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is talking about the birth of... now, when they talk about the birth, it could even be a new career, like if you're wanting to start something yourself, okay? But the fact that you've actually asked if there is a baby, yes, there's definitely another baby coming through. And I'm getting 7 too, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if you had 7 children, okay? So you've got 5 now. So the possibility is that you still could be having 2 more, okay? So right now, your advice is you may need to have time for yourself, okay? Take some time out for yourself and create that, you know, if you're getting too stressed out, that can be a problem trying to fall pregnant as well too.
Right.
So you need to find a sacred space for yourself just to have some time out and just to chill out, okay? Because if you're all stressed out, well, then you're not even going to want to be worry about doing anything, okay? You'll be too concerned about everything else that's going on around you. So you need to take time out each day, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, okay? Just to create some peace and quiet for you. I love to listen to a meditation CD at night time when I go to bed. You know, when everyone else has gone to bed, go and put on a meditation CD, and it's amazing how much better you feel the next day. You have a better night's sleep. It helps with stress. It helps if you've been sick. It's better than any medication if you can take time out to meditate each day. Okay? Now, what's coming up for you? You're moving in a direction which will require you to give and receive love. Be kind and supportive to everyone around. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is the nurturing card. It's all about the woman that takes care of everyone. And she's just got so much love to give around, to give to everybody. Okay, so yes, you will be having another one. and know that Mum is always there watching out over you, okay? She sees everything that's going on. And I hope you enjoyed that, Jeanette. It's Jeannie, sorry.
Yes. I have one more question.
Yep.
My stepdaughter, the mother gives us problems to even get her and stuff, and we've been really worried about her. And I was wondering if we would ever get her to be with us.
Okay, so you wanted to get full-time custody of her, did you?
Yes, the mother is really horrible to her.
Oh, not physically.
Physically, emotionally, yeah.
I'm not too sure how you go with court cases over that way, but maybe having to take her to court to get custody of the child, because I've got you here as a very nurturing one. Just let me see what comes out with these cards. Just one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What you're going to have to do is imagine in 6 months' time that everything is working out really well, okay? You've got everything that you want in life. You're pregnant with your little one, and you've got your stepdaughter living with you, okay? Now, I want you to look into the mirror and do, you can do this with anything, okay? See yourself there in the future with everything that you want, and ask yourself, how did I get there? What did I do to get this? And listen to that little voice in your head, okay? So we're out of time now, but I wish you all the best with that, Jeannie, okay? And everyone have a wonderful weekend. And if you want to have a look at the cards or the teacup, you can find it on the Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning Facebook page. And I shall see you again this time next week. Have a safe weekend. Bye.
Got a quarter? Mom.
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
everyone, it's Susan Kennedy, and I'm broadcasting from the Gold Coast in Australia. So wherever you are, hope you're having an amazing day, night or evening, whatever it is. It's been an amazing day here. So today I will be taking some callers. Now I just meant to say, and I've never said this, but you know, if you listen to the show regularly, or even if it's your first time, know that you can get a reading. So make sure that you either email the station or you ring them and you get yourself onto the program, because I'd love to talk to you. So I'll be taking a caller very soon. Two callers actually, but first of all I always just have a little bit of a chat about what Spirit wants me to bring through for today. And so very interesting at the moment, what I'm observing is with a lot of people is this energy of having a mindset and making a plan, and then things perhaps not going exactly the way you want them to. And I know for myself, I'm very goal-driven. I'm always setting plans about what I want to do. And then sometimes things don't just go quite as I want them to. So I just wanted to spend a few moments talking about that before I take my first caller. So it's great to have plans, it's great to have goals, it's great to have intentions. And I believe that in order to live a spiritually fulfilling life, it's really important to have your goals. But the big thing is that whenever you get something that stops you or that slows you down, typically you can go into a bit of a meltdown and say, well, what's going on? You know, why is this happening? And I really believe that the obstacles that are there to help you get to where you want to go, so that when you get there, you're in a much better position to have what you want. So let me give you an example of that. Right now, I'm looking at moving home and I need to get my finance sorted so I can stop renting and go buy a place. Now, when I'm doing that, I'm getting a few obstacles along the way. And it would be very easy to get really frustrated and to sort of, you know, get all down on myself because I'm very focused on what I want. But instead what I'm doing is saying, okay, let me really look at this. Let me really do some research into where I want to live. Let me really do the research into, you know, my affordability and all those sorts of things. And I actually also have this amazing trust and knowing that the place that I'm going to buy isn't actually ready for me yet. So I guess what I'm saying to you is, when you can develop a level of trust in yourself and know that if you've got plans and those plans are in alignment with your best, you know, your highest good, that you will encounter some obstacles sometimes, and your job really is to go into what those obstacles are all about and make it work for you. So instead of going, you know, into resistance and poor me and why is this happening to me, you have to really turn it around and you have to say, oh, it's interesting, I wonder what this is all about, and why would this happen, and what can I do about it? What do I have to change? What do I have to learn? What can I do differently? And when you have that kind of energy around your life, they're not really obstacles, they're just little hurdles along the way that are taking you to the place you need to be in a much better position. So I hope that makes sense for you, because what I know is the answers are always inside us, and any obstacle is just there saying, hey, you've got to dig a little bit deeper to get the answer that you want so it has the best outcome for you. So that's my little message from Spirit this week. And I'm just going to take my first caller now, who is Hazel in Alabama. I love Alabama. I've been there quite a few times. How are you, Hazel?
Pretty good, thank you.
That's good. There's a lot of static on my end of the line, so I'm hoping it's a clear line for you.
It is.
That's a bit better. Yeah? Okay,
yes.
Great. So how could I help you today, Hazel?
Well, I've been kind of edgy here lately. Like, I can't get myself together.
Okay. Yeah. So you've been struggling a little bit with yourself at the moment, yeah?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. And have you lost somebody recently? Has there been a passing around you recently?
Not recently. It's been a few years.
Okay. Well, I guess my sense with you is that you know, there is a saying that my dear mum used to share with me, and that was, it's always darkest before the dawn. And what that means is, you know, if you go out in the morning just before the sun rises, it's usually pitch black. But what it means is a new day is coming, but it's always really, really dark just before that happens. And my sense is that's what's happening for you right now, because I feel as though I'm very physically tired.
Yes.
And yeah, and I feel that you've potentially, you know, yeah, been suffering a little bit with that old black dog, as we call it here, you know, a little bit of downness, depression, or, you know, just that sort of time of, you know, your life. Are you around 54? Is your age?
59.
Sorry?
59.
59, okay. Well, I just have a sense that around that time, whatever happened at 54 is still influencing you. And I know that at the moment, it's, as I said, it feels like, you know, things are very dark and that you're, you know, you've got low energy. And my sense is that happiness is about to really open the doorway for you again. So let me just see where, what's your birthday, Hazel?
11/19.
Yeah.
57. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's 10, 15, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25, 9, 31, yeah. Yeah, so you're in a number 4 year, and 4 years are where you have to really do the hard work, I'm afraid. It's sort of like saying, okay, it's time to get up out of, you know, because I do feel it's actually grief that's holding you back. You know, I do have a strong sense that, you know, a few years ago there was loss in your life, and that I'm still recovering from that. I'm releasing, I'm letting go. Did you lose your husband?
My ex.
Your ex, okay. So I know that this is, because I, you know, I have a sense of a man around me, and I know that when he passes, my feeling is there's a lot of financial stress that happened for you as well. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Yeah. And I know that that this has been a really, really, really hard time for you in recovering from that. And I feel that it's caused you a lot to go inward and to, you know, sort of separate yourself a lot from other people. So I know that what's coming for you is a much, much happier time. And I feel like with your ex, my sense is it was a very quick passing as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know that there was shock involved, and I know that there was just this real shaking of your own foundation, and it's caused you to really, to have this sadness in your life and this energy of, you know, what do I do? And in a way you've shut yourself off a lot from other people, but I really do feel that friendships are coming back in, and that you're being able to, because for some reason you blame yourself as well, and I'm not sure why that would be, but I know that you're still carrying a lot from this situation. Would you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So it's time, lovely, to let it go. You know, it's time to really release, because from the spirit world, you know, your ex it doesn't want you to carry this burden anymore. There is nothing that you could have done to have prevented what happened. And I know in a way that there was a lot of confusion, a lot of shock around the passing. And it's really now to actually know that there's a lot of change coming around you. I'm just trying to see where it is. But my feeling is that, you know, you're ready to invite new people back into your life. And even though you don't potentially feel like there's much for you at the moment, I know that it is there for you. So is there any particular area that you're struggling with? It feels like money to me. Would I be right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So it's, I know that it will change, but I know it has to change when you allow yourself to get out of the energy that you're in. So it's really, I feel like I want to spring clean around the house. I want to tidy things up. I want to get my books in order. I even feel like there's some tax potentially that, is ready to come back to you. So I just feel like there's a lot of things coming once you can just take those steps to get yourself back to where you need to be. Because really at heart you are a very strong woman. I can see that and I can feel it. So I know that you're on that path to change, but this year is really about you taking the steps to look after yourself. And I feel like your sleep is all out of whack as well. I feel like I'm either staying up really late at night and then sleeping in during the day, so that everything is out of, it's just that you're a bit out of balance, aren't you?
Definitely.
Yeah. So if you can make those few steps, because I know that, and I do feel there's either a reconnection with, you've got children, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel as though there's a bit of a reconnection coming there with, feels more like a son, and I feel like that this will really help you as well. So I wish you well with it, and just know that from the spirit world, your partner certainly doesn't want you to take on any more responsibility, blame or guilt, and just wants you now to sort of to get back on your feet. All right, to get back on and live that life, because I feel like in your younger days you were a lot more fun. There was a lot of dancing, there was a lot of happiness, and there's a lot of things that you've let go of over the last couple of years. And I know that your physical health feels as though it's taken a real toll. So it's really important this year for you to really pay attention and to, really look at that. Are you a big tea drinker? I know that sounds odd, but I've drawn this teacup.
I used to be.
Okay. Well, I don't know if there's anything that's important with that, but, I've sort of been sitting here, I've been drawing flowers, I've been drawing tea, so I feel like I want to go out in the garden, I want to, just get my life back together, just get out in that beautiful sunshine, enjoy the Alabama countryside, and really, get back into life, because I know there's a time of you finding your power again. So I wish you well, and, take care, okay?
Okay, thanks so much.
That's okay,
Yes.
Hazel. Okay, and now I've got Lisa from Belfast in Northern Ireland. Hello, Lisa. How are you?
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Okay.
Sounds like I've been everywhere, but my grandparents were Irish, so I have been to Belfast as well. How can I help you today?
I was actually just speaking to someone there. So I was.
Sorry, say that again, sweetheart.
I was speaking to someone there, and she was just like pretty much saying that she can feel that I'm a strong person and stuff, and she feels that there was a sudden death, which is, it's true, so it is. So,
yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I just want to know if he's okay, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, he is. And my sense is as well that, again, this was a very sudden death. Would you recognise that with this person?
Yeah, it was a suicide. So it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, I know how hard that is. And I know that you are bearing, if in a lot of ways you're bearing the pressure of that and the responsibility of it.
Because he rang me. I was the last person that he rang. So sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I was the last person that he rang, and he just said that he'd give up and he couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess the thing to know is that I really want to reassure you that in spirit, he's in a very, very different place. That in the earth, when people are here and they can't deal with things, it is very hard, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
But when I see him and when I look at him now,
yeah,
I feel that he was, someone that had dreams that potentially didn't happen, but that he was someone that would have always been there to listen to you as well. I do know that you had a very close relationship, and I know that from Spirit he wants to bring forward, wants you to remember the good times that there were as well. So it's really important to know that where he is at peace. And I feel like he must have already other people there in the spirit world with him. So is this your partner?
There's his dad and his granny.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
It's his dad and his grandmother.
Yeah. So I know that he's there with those people. And, you know, one of the things I get with him is that he really would have enjoyed his grandmother's food, because he's showing me that, you know, this is a big thing, that they're, you know, as sad as it is the way that he did pass, he is very regretful of the way that happened, for what the burden that it's put on you. And it's as though now wants you to really take that burden off you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I know that you're feeling it very strongly.
That's so true.
Yeah. Now, this feels like it's fairly recent as well.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago.
Yeah. So it's really important at this point. Lisa, have you got help where you are? Have you been to speak to someone?
I have his mum and stuff, and all his brothers as well. So I do have a lot of people around me.
Yeah.
But it's just not the same as him, you know?
I know. There is also a feeling that there is, I don't know if you can relate to this, but I'm being very drawn even to the Bible or to a book. I feel like it's like saying, go back to the book, go back to the faith, and also to really find someone else apart from your family who you can talk to. Because I know with family, yes, everybody knew him and understood him, but it's important for you to be able to offload what you're feeling to someone very different. So to, you know, hopefully get some help around that. Because I do know that this is, as I said, it's very dark and it's a very difficult time.
Yeah.
But I also know that there's, I'm just trying to see, so is there a Michael in the family as well?
A Michael?
Yeah. I'm just hearing the name Michael, that was all.
No, that's actually, that's my cousin, and he died of suicide too.
Okay.
So he did. So that was a few years ago.
Yeah, okay. So, again, part of what I'm sensing with that is that they are together, you know, that there is this sense of, because you have to recognise as well with, this was your partner, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Yeah. He makes me aware that he, if I could say it in a very, I'm just trying to think of the words of how to say it, that he struggled with himself. You know, it's as though you tried to do everything you could, and he recognises that. He recognises that he wasn't the easiest person to live with, that he didn't listen to you. So he's very aware of that and very grateful for all the ways that you did try to help him, but also very aware that, you know, knows that there is a lot of support around you. And I guess in a way very sad about the way it was all unfolded for you in your life. And I know again that it's left you with this huge feeling of, how will I cope? How will I deal with all of this? And I know that you will. And I know that you will find ways to remember the good parts of your lives together.
Yeah.
Were you together about 7 years?
I actually met him when I was 15, and then we ended up, we were together for 3 years there. So, but we had went out, you know, years ago. Years ago, so we've known each other for a long time. And just his friend Michael, It's just actually brought something to my head. One of our friends actually died at the start of the year too.
Yeah.
So, and they were mates who they were, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That must have been who it was. That must have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to know that he's okay. And
he's okay. He's okay. He's not in any pain. He's not in any,
anymore.
you know, he's, because I do know that he would have struggled a lot with his mind. He shows me that.
Yeah.
And he shows me that, you know, he just didn't know how, didn't have the skills or the tools. But where he is now, you know, my feeling is he's showing me he's in a very calm place. And I feel, you know, there is a dog in spirit with him as well. So I know that there's an animal there, a pet from his past that's there with him too. So I know he's in a very, you know, in a very beautiful space where there is no pain.
Yeah. Honestly, that's horrible to know because he struggled so much.
He did.
And I really tried to help him, and he just, he really just didn't know how. He didn't know how. You know.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay, and I do know that he comes around you as well. And if anything, you know, there is a big regret for the way that this all happened. But again, he recognises in his own way that he just really didn't know what to do. He didn't know any other way, wasn't thinking, wasn't in his right mind, and wasn't able to accept in a way the help that was there because it just didn't, you know, it just wasn't able to. So he's filled with regret for that.
Yeah. And
it's as though he just wants you to really is there someone in the family that was in the police force or in one of the services, or was that him?
I was in the civil service.
Okay. Well, that's the image that he's showing me, because I'm seeing uniform and it's as though I'm saying, okay, remember all your training, you know, remember who you are, remember the kind of woman that you are strong, and that this isn't your cross to bear. Yeah. And although that you shared life, you can never be responsible for what someone else has actually done. And there's something there in what you've, you know, in that civil service energy that he wants to really remind you of, to remind you of your strength.
Actually, the day before he died, I was talking about joining the civil service again. So
yeah. Okay. Well, then my feeling is that this is his message to say, get that uniform back on, so to speak. You know, in my mind, it's like a uniform is what he's showing me. Because in a way, there is also, would you have had trouble reading and writing as well? Would you understand that with him, that there was feelings of...
Yeah, he really, he didn't think that he was smart at all, and he really was, and I kept telling him that.
Yeah,
you know.
I know. So this is again, because what he shows me in a way is that at some point in your life you're going to be helping other people. I mean, you've got a lot to go through. You've really got a lot to let go of. So I really do strongly suggest that you find some spiritual healers or some people there that can help you let go of a lot of what you're carrying and really get back to that part of yourself that is strong, that is, you know, because you have a lot to offer. You have a lot of love inside you. And at some point you will be helping people as well with their self-esteem and their belief in themselves. And again, for you to do that, you know, it's important for you to get back into your work, back into your life.
Yeah.
And I do feel that he just does want to tell me, though, that he loves you. He loves you very much. And he actually loves your strength. And you must, I can't see you except in my mind, but I feel you must have the most beautiful hair. Because he's really making me aware of your hair.